The 10 best supercars on sale today offer performance, thrills, and outstanding style. Most petrolheads dream of supercars when growing up, but if you've done well enough for yourself, which one should you buy? There's an incredible amount of choice on the market these days, and although a great deal of the available options are turbocharged, there are still plenty of naturally aspirated supercar options about to provide old-school thrills. Our list of the best supercar on sale contains a real mix of exotics, not just in terms of engine configurations but also differing levels of luxury, wildly contrasting looks, and a variety of manufacturers responsible for them. Some brands, such as Ferrari, Porsche, McLaren, and Lamborghini, have been exclusively dedicated to the production of high-performance supercars and have done so throughout their history. Other supercars come from more unlikely sources, such as Audi's remarkable R8. Whoever makes them, all supercars have fearsome price tags and typically cost a fortune to run. High costs for fuel, insurance, and servicing need to be taken into account, as do eye-watering depreciation figures if you choose poorly. Of course, many buyers around the world are more than willing to make the trade-off for the supercar's scintillating performance and capacity to get the adrenaline flowing. It's not unusual for a supercar to top 200 miles per hour these days, and 0 to 62 miles per hour times of under 3 seconds are becoming commonplace. Experiencing that level of acceleration is a thrill that never fades for a supercar's owner, but the enjoyment that supercars create for those who can't afford them is plain to see, too. That's because we can all enjoy their outlandish and beautiful bodywork and spine-tingling exhaust notes on the occasions they drive past. In fact, there's not much that stirs the soul of a petrolhead more than seeing and hearing a Ferrari, Lamborghini, or McLaren rocketing past. Our top 10 best supercars features models that really do tick all of the boxes. They are powerful, packed with tech, stunning to look at, and, importantly, still great to live with day to day. We think the car that manages this best is the superb Ferrari 296 GTB. However, Porsche, Lamborghini, Aston Martin, and McLaren are also storied names in the supercar world, and their cars play a major part in this list. 1. Ferrari 296 GTB. The Ferrari 296 GTB is proof that plug-in hybrids don't have to be boring, and the electric technology in this car bodes well for Ferrari's upcoming fully electric car due to arrive in 2025. The 296 GTB packs a 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged V6 engine, a first for the brand, because it doesn't recognize the 60s Dino as a real Ferrari, paired with a 7.45 kilowatt-hours battery and electric motor, which combine to produce a staggering 819 bhp. The transition between electric and petrol power in the 296 GTB is seamless, thanks to Ferrari's clutch-based setup, which allows the V6 to get to work smoothly. And once the combustion engine kicks in, its howling exhaust note sounds great. You'll also get a range of roughly 16 miles from the electric motor when you don't want to attract as much attention. Better still, the Ferrari handles with incredible poise and precision, making it a car you'll always want to take the long way home in. 2. Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Not everyone considers the Porsche 911 a supercar, but there's a strong argument for the iconic German sports car being thusly described in GT3 RS form. Porsche upped the ante considerably for the 992 generation version, focusing on mechanical grip and downforce since there's only so much more power it can extract from the GT3's naturally aspirated 4.0-liter flat-6 under current emissions regulations. And so, while 518 bhp is quite modest as far as modern supercars go, the 911 GT3 RS is able to get round a track mind-bendingly quickly. On the aero front, there are 2 underbody flaps, massive side skirts, and an active rear wing of epic proportions. The latter includes a DRS, drag reduction system, so it doesn't hold the car back too much on the straights. With the DRS switched off, you're looking at a whopping 860 kilograms of downforce. This is backed up by sophisticated suspension setup which can be remotely adjusted from the cabin for bump and rebound. This is one of the closest things you can buy to a racing car for the road. 3. Ferrari F8 Tributo. Anyone who was concerned about the turbocharged F8 Tributo not being much of a step on from its 488 predecessor can rest easy. No, it doesn't sound as magnificent as a naturally aspirated 458 Italia at full steam, but it still sounds more than good enough for a Ferrari. And in all other aspects, the F8 Tributo is utterly sensational to drive, on road or track, and in the simplest of terms is also insanely fast. The best just got better, thanks to a lot of goodness from the hardcore 488 Pista. So well balanced is this car on the way into, in the middle of, and especially on the way out of corners that the intimidation factor has been all but eradicated, despite the fact that it feels massively more potent than the car it replaced. That's one heck of a combination of talents to install under just one roof. Bottom line, the F8 Tributo might be turbocharged and mightn't sound as spine-tingling as before, but in all other aspects it represents yet another giant leap forwards for Ferrari. 4. Lamborghini Huracan Tecnica. There simply has to be a Lamborghini in a list like this, and the Italian brand has just the thing. It's the Huracan Tecnica, which is broadly the same under the skin as the Extreme STO, but without the wild array of aerodynamic pieces and with slightly softer suspension. So, it's easier to live with and slightly more subtle to look at. But don't be fooled by the marginally toned down appearance, it's still a seriously potent car. Power is unchanged at 631 bhp, giving a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 3.2 seconds and a top speed of 201 miles per hour, delivered by a brilliant-sounding V10 that revs to 8,700 revolutions per minute. And although that power unit, which sadly won't be around for much longer, is shared with the Audi R8, it makes a better noise here, as Lamborghini has managed to avoid fitting a petrol particulate filter in the exhaust system. Its ferocious straight-line performance goes well with the firm chassis and the rear-wheel steering system, which increases agility at lower speeds and stability when the car's going faster. Lamborghini really has saved the best until last with the Huracan. 5. McLaren 720S. The 720S has been around for a little while and is now one of the older cars in McLaren's lineup, but it remains a high mark in the supercar world. Several years on from its launch, the 720S is still a striking thing, helped by the dihedral opening arrangement of the doors. A 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 develops 709 bhp, or 720 PS, hence the car's name, delivered in a brutal fashion to provide a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 2.9 seconds and a top speed of 212 miles per hour. Strong performance goes hand in hand with exceptional handling, helped by the fact the 720S is light by modern standards, tipping the scales at a little over 1,400 kilograms. But perhaps the most impressive thing of all is the way all of this capability is wrapped up in such a usable package. Special hydraulically linked dampers provide a spookily good ride, visibility is excellent, and you even get a decent amount of luggage space. The frunk and a cargo area at the rear combine to give 360 liters, a figure comparable to many Super Minis. 6. Ferrari 812, Superfast and GTS. The 812 GTS Spider drops the eponymous Superfast name and adds an open-roof experience for drivers wanting a blisteringly quick, front-engined, rear-wheel drive supercar. Not only that, but the 812 is more comfortable, more luxurious and more civilized than the old F12. The 6.5-liter V12 engine produces 789 bhp and will charge forward until it tops out at 211 miles per hour. Changing gear is taken care of with a 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox, which has shorter gearing and faster shifts than its predecessor. However, despite the performance updates, it's the chassis and aerodynamic packages that have undergone the greatest changes. There is also a new rear-wheel drive steering system, third-generation electronic differential, torque variable electronic power steering, and handily, Ferrari's slide-slip control as first seen on the 458 Speciale. To add to the overhaul, the curb weight has been reduced by 60 kilograms. However, the 812 is not intended to be a lightweight track car, as proven by the tires which come with the car, Pirelli P0s. So while the Superfast is still a supercar, it has definitely been designed for the road. 7. Maserati MC20. The MC20 marks Italian carmaker Maserati's return to the supercar market, the first since the MC12 of the early 2000s. Maserati's supercar certainly has a sense of occasion, while its jaw-dropping design never fails to attract attention. Its beauty is more than skin deep, though, because it drives even better than it looks. While the MC20's engine note isn't hugely dramatic, the performance it delivers is. Maserati's supercar uses a 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged V6 engine that produces 621 bhp to propel it from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds. It's also precise, delicate and agile to drive, despite its suspension also offering a surprisingly forgiving ride in the softest of its three settings. The interior is also balanced enough that it delivers the road-going racer experience while still providing a decent level of comfort. 8. Audi R8 Performance RWD. The latest version of the Audi R8 looks a lot like the last one at first glance, but there's a myriad of new tech, and performance is better than ever. The most obvious difference if you're planning to buy Audi's everyday supercar is the current lack of a V8 option. Nowadays you've got a choice between the 568 bhp or 611 bhp versions of the noisy V10 that is shared with the Lamborghini Huracan. There's no manual option, but the twin-clutch automated gearbox offers super quick shifts when you've got the hammer down, and utterly seamless ones when you don't. The Quattro all-wheel drive system is updated too, and offers incredible levels of grip and balance with a torque split system that can send 100% to the front or rear on demand. However, our choice would be the new 568 bhp Performance RWD, which, as the name implies, ditches power to the front wheels entirely to save weight and increase driver engagement. You need to be paying more attention in this version, but it's still a very approachable supercar overall. Its 3.7-second 0 to 62 miles per hour time is half a second slower than what the Performance Quattro manages, but we'd happily sacrifice a little straight-line performance to get the RWD's more mobile rear axle. All R8s enjoy a terrific high-quality interior featuring a 12.3-inch virtual cockpit display and a supple, comfortable ride. Only the poor luggage capacity prevents the R8 from being a flawless all-rounder. 9. Chevrolet Corvette C8. With a shift to a mid-engine layout for the latest C8 generation, the Chevrolet Corvette is now looking like an intriguing American alternative to the European supercar elite. The 488 bhp offered up by its naturally aspirated V8 might seem a little sedate compared to some of the cars here. The C8 has plenty of performance to trouble some of our other entries, with a snappy dual-clutch automatic gearbox helping it achieve a 3.5-second 0 to 62 miles per hour time. The top speed, meanwhile, is 184 miles per hour. Plus, the Corvette is no longer a piece of forbidden fruit for us in the UK. The C8 is sold officially here and in right-hand drive. A starting price of £87,320 undercuts a base Porsche 911 Carrera despite the Vette having much more power and a better standard kit list. Not bad for an entry-level supercar, although you will have to accept it won't feel quite as premium as its European rivals, and it's arguably not as good-looking as the C7 version it replaced. 10. Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. At the heart of the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera lies a 5.2-liter twin-turbo V12, the same one utilized by the DB11. It provides a fitting soundtrack for Aston's Super GT, as well as incredible performance. 715 bhp and 900 Nm of torque are the headline figures, resulting in a 0 to 62 figure of 3.4 seconds and a top speed of 211 miles per hour. Not bad for a car designed to take on continents rather than racetracks. That's not to say the DBS suffers while cornering. In fact, fast corners are where it comes alive. 180 kilograms of downforce provides stability at speed, and on smooth asphalt at least, the DBS feels compliant. This is good news for those inclined to drive long distances, but be warned. You might find yourself driving past your destination just to enjoy a few more miles behind the wheel. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and turn on notification for more video.
Welcome to Shoppers Africa. Today we present to you one of our craftswomen, Halima Abdul Sumay. She was born in Morogoro. She started her business in 2018 by sewing huts, and then she expanded into clothing. She is a craftswoman and also an entrepreneur. She works with the trends of the market. When the bag market started to rise, she moved into it because she does what is trending, so that she can make her daily. Her designs are inspired by cultural references. Actually, she enjoys creating and selling cultural products. She is 32, and she is the mother of 3 children, Amina, Jura, and Zakaya. She has got a team of 3 people who are helping her. Her main is to reach out the target market, which is difficult because she has to make the bags and also looking for clients. From the precious products we see, Halima needs people who will value the products she makes. Our task is to make sure that Halima is seen by the people, and the people should support her by all means, making sure that she gets what she deserves. Visit shopusafrica.com to buy her products.